Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and shout out to all the subscribing members. I am Dr. Danny, physician astrologer, and today I am going to run through the new moon based on where it is in your lunar cycle. I will link to a video down below where you can go and find out what house and how this cycle is aligned in your lunar cycle, but I am also going to explain it as I go through each of the signs. Now, the signs are not tropical signs in this video. This is constellational astrology. So we're going to be talking about the next new moon, which is on April 27th, and it is in constellational Aries. You may hear that it is in Taurus, but it is in actual constellational Aries at 6 degrees, sun moon conjunct. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you by your constellational star sign. I have also put a tropical wheel in there for those of you that are still in that system. So anyone that has a constellational Aries sun sign would be a tropical Taurus. But that name Taurus does not align with the actual constellation of Taurus. It's just the name of the part of the sky that is now Aries. They used to align a long time ago, but because of precession of the equinox, that is no longer the case. And I think as a collective, we're going to see more of this uh, dissonance between the cosmos and this construct, and how we align with either one of those things as time moves forward if we don't start recognizing the sky again. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this work. And so if you go to drdanny.com/free chart, I'll leave a link below. And over here, you can calculate your constellational sun sign, moon sign, rising, and see if that's a little bit different, if that resonates differently for you. Okay. If not, just do me a favor, get the night sky app and point it up at the sun and moon on April 27th and tell me which constellation you see it in. Okay. So, with that, announcements, just if you guys are interested at all in stellar foundations, if that's calling to your heart at all, please check out the link below. We start on May 12th. It is the full moon of this month, and we are going to get together and begin the 13-week journey from Scorpio to Ophiuchus in our community, Stellar Foundations. So if you want to join us, this is a great time to do it, and the link is below. Also, all my other links are below if you want to work with me, learn from me, contact me. So let me share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so before I get into the individual readings, I just wanted to take a moment to show you in the actual sky where the sun and moon were going to be on April 27th for this Aries new moon. So there you have it. This is stellarium-web.org, and I have forwarded the date to 4/27. And you can see the sun and moon here in Aries. Pisces is right here. Taurus is right here. So if anyone can show me the moon in this constellation here, conjunct Jupiter and the Pleiades and Uranus, then I will happily say that this is a Taurus new moon. So all of you out there that are sending me comments and correcting my location of these astrological bodies, I appreciate you because it gives me an opportunity to clarify the what we're doing here. This is how astrology should be done. We are actually looking into the sky and peering into those energies and describing what they mean to us. Now, later this week, I will go live and we'll do a new moon decode where we're going to dive into this sun moon energy into Aries. But right now, what I wanted to give you was just if you're so for example, if you're an Aries birthday and this is a first house lunation for you, the next 29 days from this Aries new moon to the next Taurus new moon is all about you. It's about your first house. So we'll read about that and we'll do the same thing. So if you're a Taurus birthday, then this is a 12th house lunation for you. And so you're coming to the end of a cycle. So for Aries suns, this is a new cycle, and for Taurus suns, this is the end. And that's why we all experience these lunations differently. And the peak of the lunation is the actual full moon, which will be in Libra. So when you work with these themes and you can see where these energies are in your chart, it's so very, very helpful. So let's go ahead and we will start with Aries suns. Okay, Aries birthdays. And I'm talking about your birthday based on your soul star sign, where the sun was actually transiting the day that you were born. So, anyone born between April 21st and May 12th, while considered a tropical Taurus, is actually where the sun was the day you were born. So, like it or not, your sun was in the constellation of Aries the day you were born. And with this new moon here at 6 degrees of Aries, this is a first house lunation for you. This is going to light up the house of your identity, direction, and fresh starts. So, if you look at your chart here, um, this would be the new moon conjunct your sun. So this is your sun here, and this is the new moon. I put the tropical ring in here to help orient you if you are used to tropical astrology. But this would be someone who's got a Taurus tropical sun. So I'm talking to you, constellational Aries. This is a happy birthday month for you. This, because these are lining up, this is the first lunation of this solar cycle for you. So it's fresh starts. You are being invited to initiate something deeply personal. Aries encourages bold embodiment. So you need to say yes. There's going to be some fresh energy coming towards you, and you need to speak to it and say, yes, I'm inviting you in. And it's going to align very nicely with the flow of how your year is going to go. I mean, in general, right now, this new moon actually feels like a new year to me. So you need to step forward, begin, and whatever this new identity is, your last lunation with the eclipse was a 12th house lunation, so a lot of endings, a lot of changes, a lot of sloughing off of the old energy, and now you're ready to move into a new energy. So this should feel like a fresh new time for you. So once again, happy birthday, Aries. Here is the chart of the new moon where your sun would be. So this view is uh, from the view of your chart, the new moon coming in, and this is the current transit chart where your sun would be. Okay. There's nothing actually in Aries right now transiting over your sun. Okay. So this should be a full expression of that Aries energy. This should be a full opening up into the potential of new ideas, new enterprises, new relationships, new work, a lot of new energy coming your way. Okay, now we move on to Pisces suns. So they accuse you guys of being Aries when you're actually Pisces. This is where a lot of people click into constellational astrology from tropical because they've been told they're an Aries and that they're a fire sign, but they actually feel much more spiritual, much more dreamy, much more internal. So from March 10th to April 20th, you guys are the constellational Pisces. So your sun's over here, you just literally had a first house eclipse lunation where the sun and moon were new in your home constellation of Pisces. So not only was the last month like a complete shift of identity, but it was also a portal of complete change. So it could have been an energy where you jump timelines. It could have been an energy where you're on a completely unexpected and differentiated path. But here, with this next new moon and this next lunation taking place in your second house from your sun, this is going to activate the energy of resources, value, and self worth. So, all that insight, all that revelation, all that fresh air that you got from the last lunar lunation that you uh, were dealing with, now it's time to kind of move forward. It's planning something tangible that reflects how much you've grown. You're starting to differentiate. You're starting to take actions towards what it is you value and what it is that you need. So, this Aries energy in the second house brings courage to claim what you desire, and it makes a declaration of worth where you can take an action to support it. So while the last lunation was newness and considering that and feeling into that with Pisces energy, now it's time to take action on what you actually value. Here's what the chart looks like. Here's what's happening in Pisces. We still have this crazy Pisces soup. But again, there's nothing in Aries going on in terms of this lunation being conjunct any of your natal. You might have energy in Aries, so this may be conjunct something in your natal chart, but I would have to see your chart to tell you that. Okay, but currently nothing is transiting in there right now. And you're still dealing with this Pisces soup over here with your natal sun, you know, Neptune and Venus and Mercury and Saturn and the North Node, and it's all very intense and mystical and foggy and escapist, and you're doing your best to ground back into the earth. Now, I think there might be some fresh energy coming in where the path is clearing up and you're able to move forward with your visions and your dreams. Let's move on to Aquarius suns. So again, this is the star sign. This is when the sun was actually transiting through the constellation of Aquarius. This is February 14th to March 9th. This is going to be a third house lunation, meaning you're in your third lunation from the first house. That Aquarius new moon that we had back in February, that was the beginning of your cycle. And so now you're three houses in, and this is the energy of communication, learning, and connections. So you've already gone through the newness, you've already started to establish what you value, and now you want to make connections and you want to learn more about it. So you're being asked to not only like learn and collect knowledge, but also to speak and listen. Speak more boldly and listen more deeply. Aries is going to give your voice a sense of power and clarity. And so you can take bold steps in areas of conversation, of teaching, of writing, whatever it is that's been waiting to come through. This is the house of action. This is the lunation of action because it's three houses away from your sun. Gets you ready for that first square for next month. And let's see if there's anything transiting here. So this is what it would look like. Your natal sun is here, and the sun and moon have moved three houses away, 1, 2, and 3. This is Aquarius. Again, nothing is transiting through uh, Aquarius or Aries at the moment. This would be a sextile relationship, sun sextile sun, and that's always nice. It is an opportunity for expression. It is an opportunity to express the self in the highest spiritual sense. So, Capricorn suns. My husband switched from an Aquarius to a Capricorn when we moved from tropical to constellational astrology. It's a big difference, but he is so Capricorn now that I think about it and all the energies that he's displayed over his lifetime. Anyone born from January 20th to February 13th, that's when our sun was transiting through the constellation of Capricorn and the sign of Aquarius. Okay, this is going to be a fourth house lunation for you. This is a square, this is a cardinal angle away. This is a sun square sun energy. And fourth house away typically encompasses energy around home, roots, inner security. It's ruled by the moon, the fourth house. You have to claim your space here. So Aries wants to conquer, Aries wants to take things, and fourth house is about your home. So conquer your home, conquer your space, take what belongs to you and use that for yourself. This is also a great energy for anchoring a new way of nurturing yourself and your environment. You really want to let that fire of Aries make you feel safe because when you're feeling into that, that means you're doing the right thing. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So, yeah, this would be four houses away, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have a square energy here, sun square sun. And that's that first square of the full solar cycle. The solar cycle is 1 year. So 3 months in, three houses or four houses away, you get the energy of the first square, that first challenge in the cycle. So you're being challenged this lunation to move forward, to secure your spot, to take control of your own situation. All right. The next energy is Sagittarius suns. So let's see what that looks like in the chart. There is Pluto in Capricorn right now. So you probably have Sun Capricorn energy going on. So that adds an element of not only that first challenge, but a purification, a coming to authenticity. It's a powerful transition, this lunation for you. So yeah, this is going to be a big one for those of you with a Capricorn sun. Let's move on to Sagittarius suns. You have just completed your fourth house lunation last month. So that was your sun square sun. And now you have passed that energy and you are in the fifth house from your natal sun. So going through that challenge of the first square of your solar cycle brings you a sense of self-expression, creativity, and joy, almost like there's a burden being lifted, released from you. If you have courage to create and play here, whether it's a new project, a new love, a spark of inspiration, this is encouraging you to really tap into what brings you joy and to say yes. And also be bold with that joy, share that joy. There's nothing more contagious than laughter and fun. And so, those of you born with a Sagittarius sun from December 19th to January 19th, uh, you guys would have been tropical Capricorns. This is what it looks like. So, yeah, if your sun is in the constellation of Sagittarius when you were born, you are a tropical Capricorn, but we are 5 houses away from this lunation. This is a fire energy. This is a trine energy. So, yeah, there's a lot of available energy for momentum and vitality and play and romance and just having a good time. So, really enjoy this one because the next one is going for you, Sagittarius Suns, is going to be about your service, and that will be the new moon in constellational Taurus. So there's no planets in Sagittarius, so the your natal sun is not getting any transits at the moment. But yeah, a very nice lunation. I would definitely enjoy that fire of the Aries and Sagittarius working together. It's starting something passionate. It feels really good. All right, the next house is going to be both Scorpio and Ophiuchus. So for these exercises, I like to call this Scorphiuchus. And Scorpio starts on November 23rd and Ophiuchus ends on December 18th. And that's about as specific as I can get as the boundary between Scorpio and Ophiuchus. They're essentially one energy, but a gradient. So if you're born closer to November 23rd, you are more of a Scorpio and aspiring to be Ophiuchus, whereas if you were born towards December 18th, you are more Ophiuchus and moving towards the Phoenix energy of Sagittarius and the galactic center. You're already done with all that Scorpio. Okay. So it just depends. And if you're right in the middle, then you're bringing in both. Okay. So it really just depends. And the different boundary systems put the division between Scorpio and Ophiuchus in different places. So if you're using midpoints, this is what you have here. It's December 6th. If you're using the international astronomical boundaries, then it's a different date. So that's why this is read together. And they're on top of each other if you look at them at that angle in the sky. Scorpio or Ophiuchus is above the ecliptic with his leg on the ecliptic, and Scorpio is below the ecliptic with its claws in the ecliptic. So we have claws and feet there. And so Scorphiuchus, Scorpio and Ophiuchus suns, this is sixth house away. This is a lunation that is a sixth house lunation. So this is house of health, sacred service, devotion, rhythm, service. And so Aries is saying, let's take some action in your daily habits and align them around your true desires. With the sun here, you literally have the wisdom to do this. So there's a new fire burning, right? There's a shift in your schedule. And so maybe even a little chaos, and you have the opportunity to start something new or have a little pattern break around it. And it doesn't have to be a huge change either. It could be as simple as what you're doing for breakfast or what time you get up in the morning or when you actually meditate. So really use this opportunity here to tap into your health routines. It's about the sixth house, which is about health. You know you're doing it right when you feel vitalized. You know you're doing it wrong when you start to feel under the weather or sick or very, very tired. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. There's nothing transiting through your sun sign right now, Scorpio and or Ophiuchus. So, again, this having your sun here, it creates you are literally that wisdom of the serpent bearer. And so you know that the vessel is just as holy as the spirit and the soul. And Aries is asking you six houses away to consider both during this lunation as it prepares you for the next set of lunations. So we have uh, Libra suns. This is a very small sign in constellational astrology. It is the sun transits through here from November 4th to November 22nd, so a very short amount of time. And if you are born on these dates, you're not a Scorpio. You're actually a Libra, and Libras I've read this somewhere that they're considered the best kissers of the zodiac. So congratulations. And especially if you never really felt into that deep brooding spiritual emotional energy of Scorpio. Maybe you felt more balanced and more at ease. It's because you're probably actually a Libra, and that's the resonance that you have with your sun. So the seventh house is about relationships, reflection, resonance, harmony, diplomacy, and it's directly opposite of this Aries moon and sun. And so it's giving you a mirror, an inner and outer mirror to your partnerships, your relationships. It might be a time to reevaluate your relationship. Is it fair? Do you have a balanced relationship going on here, or is there a give and take more on one side versus the other? And this lunation might be a good time to really kind of sit down either with yourself or with your partner and say, is this working? Does this feel fair? Because you may have already gone through some transformations over the last several lunations that make you feel a little bit differently about this. And it is important to discuss that and to be honest about it. Libras tend to kind of um, hold off on making decisions because they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to disrupt any perceived harmony. And so this will Aries is asking you to have that fire. If you don't do the karma of it, then or the dharma of it, which is yes, partner, let's sit down and discuss, then the karma of it will come and there'll be a fiery argument perhaps, disrupting your peaceful Libra energy. So the key to this really is just an honest and passionate alignment, which is starting fresh. It could be about forgiveness or apologies. So this is a great time to do that, to sort of come to terms and deal with the dharma and karma of relationships. So that's what it looks like. It's in opposition, so it's reflecting back to your natal sun energy. We do not have anything transiting through Libra. So once again, it's seventh house, it's opposing sun and moon. Your sun is looking at sun and moon. You're halfway through this cycle. So at this point, it's no longer just about you and your development. It's about your commingling with others and what you give out to the world, what that dharma means. All right, let's move on to Virgo suns. Y'all are having an eighth house lunation. And I love it when you guys reach out to me and say, okay, I get it, but what happened in October? And I go over this every time I do a presentation for that precise reason. It's because this is not the calendar. This is astronomical placements of luminaries in constellations. And the signs happen to have the same names. The signs got their names from the constellations, and calendars were created in that fashion. But Virgo is the entire month of October. Virgo is one of our largest constellations. It's like 48 degrees. It takes 48 days for the sun to move through Virgo. So from September 15th to November 3rd is Virgo season. And it is a vast and diverse scope of energy. There's early Virgo energy and there's late Virgo energy. Okay. Late Virgo energies are often accused of being Scorpios. And they're actually not. They're just walking the burned path. So the Virgos have it tough. But I think when you actually like understand Virgo in a cosmic sense as the cosmic mother, it becomes so much more powerful and you can wield Virgo energy like a champ. But this is eighth house, which is sex, death, and secrets. It's magic, it's vision, it's truth, um, it's depth, it's shared energy. There's a catalyzation here of energy too. So that fire of Aries is going to spark a fire that will burn away old connections that no longer serve you. It's about purification. And what that's going to do is ignite a true power within you. So I would say that this is a transformative month, a transformative lunation for you from April 27th to May 25th. Take heart. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't always feel comfortable to have an eighth house lunation. When I realized when I was having eighth house lunations, which is usually when we have an Aquarius new moon, I never realized that that was always such a transformative month for me until I looked at and unlocked my solely lunar cycle. So, those of you with Virgo suns, whenever there's an Aries new moon, y'all feel this sort of liminal month where you're in between things and it's not comfortable. Currently, Virgo has the South Node for just a couple months longer and Black Moon Lilith. So, depending on where your sun is, you may be dealing with some past life issues, some deep-rooted ancestral energies. You might be feeling very spiritual. Um, you might be opening up some new creative avenues that you can bring into practicality. But either way, this is a transformative month for you. So just let whatever happen. I mean, I know you want to take control. I know you want to predict what's going to happen, Virgo suns, but it's okay. You just have to trust the process that you're going through a transformation and that you will emerge in a ninth house lunation when Sun and Moon move into Taurus, and that's going to be a beautiful lunation. All right, Leo suns. This is what I used to be. So Leo suns, August 7th to September 14th is the sun transiting through the constellation of Leo. This is a ninth house lunation for you. Last month was your eighth house lunation. That was a transformative month. Now some new truths and wisdom are coming through. You're learning from a higher source through these challenges and transformations that you went through. So it's about expanding, adapting a new vision. Aries is giving you the courage and the bravery to leap forward with your bigger story. So I would take a trip, travel, study something new, journey, whatever is firing you up or lighting you up is the path that you should follow because you guys, I mean, you Leo suns, your hearts are just so full of crisp and fresh joy and love, heart-centered energy that you can't be worrying about what happened last month. You need to move forward. You need to take the wisdom that you've collected and just do something new, learn something new, express yourself in a different way. This is what it looks like. So next month for you guys is going to be the final square. It'll be a 10th house, so it'll be about your career. And it'll be asking you a question. It'll be an inflection point of your solar cycle. We have nothing in Leo right now. So again, it's energy of the ninth house. Take this time to tap into that inner higher wisdom and that inner knowing, and you will be just fine. All right, Cancer suns. So this is my new star sign because the day that I was born, actually on my birthday is how I figured this out. I took the night sky app and pointed it at the sun because I wanted to see the sun in Leo and it was smack dab in the middle of Cancer. So, yeah, Cancer suns, July 17th to August 16th. This new moon in Aries is in your 10th house. It is the final square to your solely lunar cycle, the final challenge of the evolution of your sun for this cycle. It's all downhill from here, okay? So, this is where the rubber really meets the road. This is about purpose, visibility, legacy. Aries is going to urge you to be seen and to be heard. So start something bold in your public life. Launch the offering. Share the work. This is precisely what I'm doing, you guys. I'm launching my book on the 26th of April, the day before the new moon. So this is all about how I want to be seen in the public as an educator, as a communicator, as a teacher, as a philosopher, um, a decoder, a code breaker, and a physician astrologer. All of these things. I'm here to process the vast knowledge that's available to all of us in a way that you guys can understand and integrate. So sorry for the personal story, Cancer Suns, but this is what I'm working on. So hopefully it resonates with you. I'm going to claim this mission and I'm going to follow the fire that leads me beyond what I know. I'm terrified. I have no idea what's going to happen in a week or two, but I'm up for it. I'm ready. Let's go. This is the final square. This is where I get to learn something new. So if you can go at it with that excitement, with that level of curiosity, I think it's going to be a beautiful month for us Cancer Suns. There's the square. Again a Leo sun in tropical, but we have Mars here. We have Mars over our suns right now, square to the sun moon, which is in Aries. So for us, this is a dispositor relationship. There's a direct feedback loop here between Mars square sun and sun square sun at the moment. And it's literally saying last call to take this action. It's right here and it's right now. Do it for you, do it for your community, do it for your name, do it for your country, do it for your family. Be the hero, be the rock star. Go ahead and go for it. You can always wait till next year, Cancer Suns, if you didn't realize this was happening, but this is the flow of your cycle, okay? All right, Gemini Suns. This is an 11th house lunation for you. Gemini Suns is when the actual star soul sun transited across the constellation of Gemini through the dates of June 20th to July 16th. You might have thought you were a Cancer, but you're actually a Gemini. So your whole life, people are telling you you're sweet and nurturing and empathetic, when in reality, you have quite a sarcastic inner conversation or dialogue going on that would shock most Cancers and go right over their head. So, Gemini Suns, this is going to be an 11th house lunation. So, here we have two more lunations before you start over again. The next month's Taurus lunation, the new moon there, will be a 12th house lunation. So you're winding it down. This is the final sextile. So there's a nice opportunity here for you Gemini Suns to energize your community, your contributions to the collective, your visions for the future. Aries is inviting you to initiate a connection, join a movement, or spark a new dream with your tribe of people. So, whatever it is you're being invited into that's sparking your curiosity, because I know you're super curious, it's going to light your fire and it's inviting you in, and you should accept the invitation and go for it. There's nothing in Gemini right now over your sun, but Jupiter's coming for you. So, your next first house lunation, where you're going to have a sun Jupiter conjunct your natal sun and a new moon that same month. So a very powerful solar cycle coming for you Geminis in the next 2 months. Wonderful stuff. And finally, we're going to end it with Taurus. So you Tauruses are actually May 13th to June 19th. You probably thought you were a Gemini, but you're not. You're actually a Taurus. So this is a 12th house lunation for you. This is the end of your solar lunar cycle. Next month is your birthday. So this is about dreams, about endings, about the inner realms, taking everything you've learned over the last year through the two squares on the approaching square and the leaving square, that opposition, those trines. What did you learn over the years, over the year? You're going to integrate that and alchemize all of that through the inner world here, but in a very initiatory way because it's Aries energy. So you're going to have a very strong pull to retreat, to meditate, and you're going to feel new beginnings. You can actually use this energy to go to the void space. Aries is going to be really, really good at this right now because there's going to be a spark there. There's a fire inside your subconscious that you're going to maybe want to journey to take a peek at and see what's in store for you. next month. So, all right, let's see what that looks like in the chart. Jupiter's there. So Jupiter's with your sun right now, and sun is like, so the next new moon, it's going to be, sun and Jupiter and Uranus all in the house of your sun, and a first house lunation, a time of just really getting into the vibe. So whatever you can do to get to that point where you're ready to start fresh and be really in it and be involved in your dreams, involved in your reality, that's what you need to do this month, Aries. If it means going in, if it means finding that inner spark and lighting that up with a journey of some sort. All right, my friends. That was this new moon by sun sign, star sign. So if you are tropical, please check out that free chart link below and see where your sun might actually land in the sky. It's super interesting. It may not resonate with you, but if it does, oh my gosh, it's going to begin the most amazing journey for you in discovering your true stars. So we will go live in a few days. I love you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Thank you.